So here's how to use and take advantage of other people's suffering and misfortune for your own personal benefit in 2023. Recently in my Facebook feed, I noticed an older post dating back to 2013 being reshared by quite a few people, and it caught my attention because I think it really sums up where we're at here now in 2023. Because the author of this post, he started off by appealing to people's better nature, to their empathy, to their sense of fairness and justice, of wanting to stand up for the little guy. But then he twisted those virtues. He tried to guilt and shame people for his own personal benefit. He starts off by saying, "The gay boy you punched in the hall today committed suicide a few minutes ago. That girl you called a slut in class today, she's a virgin. The boy you called lame, he has to work every night to support his family. That girl you pushed down the other day, she's already being abused at home. That girl you called fat, she's starving herself. The old man you made fun of because of all of his scars, he fought for our country. The boy you made fun of for crying, his mother is dying. You think you freaking know them? Guess what? You don't." Now, so far, so good, right? Who could disagree with what the guy is saying there? We're not divine. We don't know what other people are going through. So, at face value, what he said, we could all get behind him, right? But here's the bait and switch. Repost if you're against bullying. I bet 99% of you won't, but repost this if you're that 1% with a heart. So in other words, if you don't reshare his post, then you support bullying. You're part of that evil, cold-hearted 99%, unlike him who belongs to that elite, righteous 1%. So his real intention wasn't to actually help those who were suffering, but rather use their grief, their sorrow for his own personal benefit, to elevate his own sense of moral superiority. Now, my intention here isn't to point this particular person out. Who he is, I don't know, and it was 10 years ago. But I think you'd agree that what he did is pretty standard fare today, of people taking advantage of other people's suffering, misfortune, their oppression, for their own personal gain. It's unfortunately the air we breathe today. It's the water we swim in, whether it's in Hollywood, politics, the business world, the media, academia, or sadly even in the church. Standing up supposedly for the oppressed, well, it's very profitable in 2023. And that's why I think that wokeness today is such a farce. That wokeness, it appeals to our better nature, but then tries to shame and to guilt us into supporting some person or some group's cause or agenda. The Facebook author said that to reshare his post if you're against bullying. And I guess a woke equivalent today would be silence is violence. That if you don't actively support, you don't vocalize your support, maybe even financially give to the latest so-called social injustice of the month, then you're an oppressor. You're in favor of injustice. How dare you? And another sinister aspect about wokeness is that by its very nature, it has this inherent one-upmanship. To belong and remain in that elite 1% of the righteous means that you have to constantly invent new categories of oppression to stand against, new groups of victims to stand up for. Because once the majority of that 99% supports your cause, well, you no longer belong to that special 1%, do you? It's like a secluded beach. A secluded beach is only a secluded beach as long as very few people go there. But once everyone starts going there, then it's no longer secluded. So If a secluded beach is your thing, then you have to leave that pass beach and go find a new one. Wokeness isn't about social justice. It's really about those who are more than willing to exploit the suffering of others in order to belong to that very special 1%. So yeah, that's how you use and take advantage of others for your own personal gain in 2023. Appeal to people's better nature, and then shame and guilt them into thinking that if they don't support your cause, then they are in favor of oppression.